going on, Jerome's? So I hope that people understand that a good portion, not all of it, but a good portion of our Kirk Cousins vitriol is a bit, right? I don't think people understand that. Anyways, but obviously with Kirk Cousins, there were some good times, bad times. You know, I've had my share. Kirko chains, the comeback against the Colts. You shouldn't have been down by 33 points against a Jeff Saturday coach team, but it's beside the point. As well as when Kirk shoved a senior citizen. Absolutely good times. But for everything, there's a season, and Kirk took the money and ran to the Hotlanta Falcons. Did you know that Julie's from Georgia? And the Vikings moved on with a hot 21-year-old blonde. But, of course, that's the future. And for now, the Vikings, I mean, it's not a bridge quarterback. Well, if it's a bridge, it's a Golden Gate Bridge. With slinging Sam Darnold in the seat, working with Kevin O'Connell, looking really damn good. Slinging Sam Darnold, a.k.a. America's quarterback. And, frankly, Ave Maria. I know that we're not supposed to worship golden calves, but what about ginger quarterbacks? That's what I want to know, right? But, of course, the comparisons between Kirk Cousins and the Falcons and slinging Sammy Darnold / J.J. McCarthy and the Vikings, they're inevitable, right? Especially since the Vikings and the Falcons play later on in the season. Long story longer, Colin Cowherd, who, respect to Cowherd, I feel like he's called a spade with the Vikings in recent years, right? Predicting them to be good last year. They probably would have won the division if Kirk didn't get hurt in the dirt against the Packers. But this is a good one. So in comparing Sam Darnold and Kirk Cousins, this is what he said. Quote, if you compared Sam Darnold and Kirk Cousins, I just said that. It'd be like comparing a bake-off to the Iron Chef. Baking is more formulaic, following directions, precise, more science. Chefs, more about improvisation, adapting, freestyling. It's more art. Both are fine. They're both fine. Kirk Cousins is a baker. Sam Darnold is more the chef. A little reckless, a little more juice. Yeah, that got the juice, huh? And flair and art, which I feel like that's fair because when Kirk Cousins was here, we always said that if he was a musician, he would be like a concert pianist, someone who plays piano, where he needs the sheet music. He needs to follow the sheet music in 4/4 time, and he'll be fine. He would be bad at jazz, improvising, and all that stuff. And for Sam Darnold, I mean, throughout his career, he's had to make plays by the seat of his pants. And even going back to his redshirt sophomore year at USC, he had to play a little bit of hero ball, and he's obviously had to do that throughout his career. But he is obviously looking very good in the Kevin O'Connell system, where Kirk Cousins had such great success over the last 2 seasons of his career with the Vikings. So Darnold does have that improvisational flair, yes. And Cowherd described him as like a poor man's Andrew Luck, but a rich man's Carson Wentz. Which also I feel is kind of apt because Darnold does have size. He does have mobility. He's got an arm that will threaten every single blade of grass. He throws with accuracy, and he's playing within the offense right now, and he's not trying to do too much. And I think that's a major part of his success going forward. So, Kirk Cousins being the baker, again, there's nothing wrong with being a baker, but if you ever tried to bake something, so I'm not a baker. The wife is. I'm much more of a chef, improvising, making changes on the fly, and making the best of what you got. Have you ever tried to bake something and you forget, like, so we need 1/16 of a teaspoon of baking powder, and if you don't add that in, it will literally light on fire, or it will become nuclear waste. That's my baking experience, man. Also, this is really stupid. Up until about, 3 years ago, I always assumed that Rice Krispie treats were baked. I didn't know that you just let it get all sticky and then it sits. I'm very poor at baking. Like, I tried to bake sourdough bread during the pandemic like everyone else. It was bad. I can make a mean focaccia, but focaccia is like basically bread for dummies, so I can handle that. But like I said, there's nothing wrong with baking, but man cannot live by bread alone. That's why we need the chef cooking. 3-course meal. That's right, baby. We're having some omakase. Dealer's choice for the chef. Let's go, man. Right? And it's not a comparison because comparison is the thief of joy, and it's not a competition. But if it was, I'm not saying, I'm just saying. So Slinging Sammy Darnold, a.k.a. America's quarterback, does have an edge in completion percentage, yards per attempt, touchdowns, same number of interceptions, although the one pick wasn't really on him. Higher quarterback rating, deeper ADOT, higher PFF grade, more rushing yards, obviously, because Kurt can't move. 2-0 in QB wins. Cousins and the Falcons would be 0-2 if Nick Sirianni wasn't such a dumbass. But, again, major respect to Kurt leading that game-winning drive. Played pretty damn good in the second half against Philly. But Darnold's doing it for a fraction of the price, right? So, yeah, like I said, obviously it was time for the Vikings to move on, and they did do that with McCarthy, but also Slinging Sammy Darnold as the bridge quarterback. Let's go. Seems to be working out so far, like I said, but there's still a long ways to go. And yes, I mean, the Vikings and Kurt had a lot of fun, but now Ave Maria, Zeus, Ginger Zeus is in the building, baby. Let's go. But your thoughts are thoughts. Colin Cowherd compared Kurt and Sam Darnold. Let us know your thoughts, our thoughts, his thoughts, comment section. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skull production value.